In this brief demonstration, we're going to show how you can use the ESRI WebApp Builder, which works in conjunction with Portal for ArcGIS. We're going to start off with a view of the gallery where you can see different applications and maps that may be accessible in your Portal for ArcGIS. And in this case, we're going to pick an app which is actually going to allow us to build other apps. It's called WebApp Builder. So let's go ahead and open this up. And right now we don't have any apps, and I'm going to make one that's going to be able to display some map information and also make use of the OpenSpirit web services to connect to desktop applications and G&G data stores. So let's go ahead and create a new application here. It has the concept of different templates, and we'll just take the default template and we'll give it a title, something creative like demo, and then we will go ahead and build up our content. You see it starts off with a base map, and we can choose whether that base map can be changed or not. Let's just take that default. Let's take the default layout. Then let's choose some operational layers to put on top of the base map. Well, we already have a map, a web map that we created earlier that has some seismic, some interpretation, some well information that was generated by the OpenSpirit scan utility. We're going to go ahead and select that map. You see it's now displayed some outlines of horizons and 3D surveys. There's some 2D lines in here. There's some pipeline networks here, some oil field lines. And we'll go ahead and position our map to where we want the default starting position to be. And let's say that's what we want to be our default. So we'll go ahead and say use that current map view. And now it's save that. Now we can add some functionality to this map. We've added the base map and some operational layers. Let's add some widgets. It already has some widgets in its header. You see up here on the right, it's got a legend and a layer list. Let's go ahead and add some of the custom widgets that we've built that connect to the OpenSpirit web services. Let's go ahead and add sending an OpenSpirit GIS event. And it looks like it's going to need to know what the URL is to OpenSpirit web services. So you need to know that, and I think I do. So I'm going to go ahead and type in the information that it requires for that. And I'll go ahead and keep that for later use. So now it's added the OpenSpirit GIS icon to be able to send any selected features from the map. Let's add another action that's going to send an OpenSpirit data selection event. And it wants to know, again, the base URL for OpenSpirit. It also has the ability to open up our HTML5 viewers, so it has to know where to get those from, and those are, I think, on a different server here, so I have to configure it, if I remember correctly, the URL, which I think I do. And now it wants to know what layers, because from our operations layer, correspond to well bores, seismic surveys, etc. Well, let's go ahead and make that assignment. So the well bores are going to be in a layer that's called wells, and it has to know what field contains OpenSpirit data key. That's a pointer back to the database that contains the data. Could be OpenWorks, Geoframe, PPDM, Petrel, Kingdom, etc. Let's go ahead and select the seismic data here, select the 2D seismic lines and horizons. And I don't think I have any layers for these other data types, but those could be added as well. So I'll go ahead and say OK. And now we've added those two additional icons in the header. We can also add other widgets for other types of functionality. Let's say I want to add something to this first widget in the top here. Let's go ahead and say I want to add an about. And it's going to let me give it some sort of a textual description here. Let's go ahead and say my app and make that bigger. Make it a different font size, or make it really big. There we go. So a little about screen will be shown there. Let's add another widget here. Let's add a widget for measurements, so I can measure distances on this. There we go. And let's say that's good enough. Let's go ahead and save this guy, and we go ahead and run it. So we just built an app. We built an app where we selected a base map. We selected some operational layers, and we can see what those layers are. See, they represent the wells, the seismic, pipelines, fields, etc. And we added these widgets that control how you interact with OpenSpirit. So if I want to, for example, select some data, it says to go ahead and select an aerial extent here, and it goes off the OpenSpirit web services and finds information about the wells. We can go ahead then and select a number of wells. We select wells, now it's going to go off the OpenSpirit and find the logs. It actually found those logs sitting back, in this case, I think it's coming from an OpenWorks project. It also can go off and find what PICs exist with those wells. It also found some seismic data, and it found the seismic, well, if I select the seismic surveys, found the seismic volumes. You also notice we have some actions we can perform. We can send the selected data to other applications. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and position our web app on the left-hand side of the screen, and I have Petrel, a desktop application that has an OpenSpirit plugin. I have it running and connected to OpenSpirit. So now if I go ahead and select a seismic volume, and I send that seismic volume, that's going to cause Petrel to react and go ahead and bring in that volume. And now I can go ahead and display the inline and cross line. And let's zoom in here. There's that seismic volume that we selected from the web map. We also could go back to our Wells tab here, and let's select all these PICs. We'll go ahead and send those, and that will cause all the parent wells and all the well tops to be imported into Petrel, and you see them displayed in the back here. We'll also get some of our logs here. Let's go ahead and we'll get all those logs. There's not too many. We'll send all the logs in. And what else we had? We had horizons here. So let's see what horizons we had. Let's go ahead and select our 10 sleep, base of 10 sleep, and we'll select a couple of those. Let's send those. So now we have all that different data in there. We have all the well tops in here now. I have those displayed. I've got the well logs. The logs we need to display by turning on global well logs. We got a variety of different curve types, and you see them all displayed there. We also brought in our horizons. So we're able to use the web map as a mechanism of browsing data coming from the different data stores, any data store that OpenSpirit connects to, being able to drill down, find out what associated data exists, and then send it to applications like Petrel or any other application that connects to OpenSpirit. The other widget that we added to this application was the ability to send GIS events. And let's turn off certain layers here. Let's just display the pipelines and the fields. There we go. So I'm just displaying, I want to do it this way. I want to display pipelines and fields. So the green represents oil pipelines, the red are gas pipelines, and you see some field outlines. So let's go ahead now and use the OpenSpirit GIS event. We'll go ahead and select all these features, and now those are sent to Petrel. So Petrel is listening here. So let's look in its map window, and it should have now added to its display all those GIS features. And now you see the oil field outlines, and we can actually plot the name of the oil field there. We brought in the fields, and we brought in the pipelines. We can go ahead and display whether it's oil or gas. So all this information is now available in Petrel, and OpenSpirit has made sure that it's in the correct coordinate system and the correct unit system. So that was a very quick demonstration of how you can build a web application using the ESRI web app builder for Portal for ArcGIS. And in this case, we made a nice looking application that allows us to simply interact with the data and send it on to other applications. Thank you.